Hey, I just got done running here at Matthew Winters Park in Morrison and wanted to share some thoughts on life. So I was here a few months ago and I was running and I was just starting, so I was going a little bit slow, and one woman sprinted past me, and I thought to myself, oh, I'm so happy that I'm not as competitive as I used to be. I used to be super competitive when it came to running, and I went on running and was just pondering how nice it was that I could just run at my own pace and not be pushing myself to compete with other people, and was really proud of myself that maybe I had matured a little bit. And then it was towards the end of the run and I heard something behind me, and I turned around and there was a woman running behind me, kind of getting a little bit closer. And of course my old competition kicked in and I sprinted the next, the remaining half mile of the trail, because decided there was no way she was going to pass me. And I kind of laughed at myself because I thought, well, I guess that competitive streak in me is still there after all. And it just makes me think about a couple things. So acceptance, contentment, complacency, and proving. So there's a place of acceptance, of accepting, I have a competitive nature. And then there's a place of, wanting to improve, and there's nothing wrong with that. And that's a place where there can be a little bit of a fine line, where you want to be improving, but can you do that in a way where you are content, instead of coming from a place of trying to prove yourself to someone else, instead of proving yourself to yourself and to your own goals and to your own desires and to your own vision that you have for your life. So there's a positive proving where it's coming from a place of, I think I could do better, and this is something that I would like to do better in. And also coming from a place of humility of, we'll see, based on my abilities and the amount of time I'm willing to give this, how much better I'm willing and able to be. Versus proving in a destructive manner is where you're proving to someone else to prove a point, to prove them wrong, to prove yourself right. It's coming from a place of comparison and coming from a place of pride. It's not really coming from this place of, this is something that you're doing for you. You're doing it for someone else and for their approval. So it's tricky, because sometimes when we're in this quest for improvement, we're not coming from a place of acceptance, and we're not coming from a place of contentment. And so we can get to a place where sometimes we get complacent and we're like, oh, screw it. This is just the way I am. It's not going to get any better. And when you're coming from a place of complacency, that's really coming from a place of feeling like a victim and feeling like, what's the point? And that's where there's a lot of shame, there's a lot of blame, there's a lot of guilt. And of course, that's coming from a very destructive place. Versus when you're able to think about wanting to improve, and at the same point coming from a place of acceptance and contentment and humility and joy, then you're naturally going to be improving, because you're coming from a place of, it's not really all about you. And when you really come from that place, you see, what is God wanting to do through you? And He will equip you with the skills and abilities and drive to be able to do that when you kind of put aside your own selfish desires and let Him drive and let Him be in charge, and really listen to His word and listen to where He's calling you to be, and being willing to take steps in that direction. And knowing that it's by His grace that you're able to do the amazing things that are placed in your heart. So I'd love to hear your thoughts. Where are you in this place of the fine line between contentment, complacency, positive proving, destructive proving? And really, how can you come into a greater place of acceptance with humility and allowing more of God to do what He wants to do with you? All right, talk to you soon. Can't wait to hear your thoughts. Bye.